The next one is investigation and research. This is a second step require that we have to focus on a question that what is the problem you are going to solve, because problem identification is the main basic steps. Unless you are aware of problem, then you are, it is not possible for you that to solve the problem. So it is very mandatory and necessary that you must aware of what is the problem. So that is why there should be investigation and research, and as much as information that can be collected regarding the product a financial engineer is going to develop. तो जितनी ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन मालूमात वो ले सकता है उस प्रोडक्ट को डिज़ाइन करने के लिए, वो मालूमात कलेक्ट कर ले। मिसाल के तौर पर अगर एग्रीकल्चर साइड पर इस्लामिक फाइनेंशियल इंजीनियर ने प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करनी है तो उसे पता होना चाहिए कि किसान की ज़रूरत क्या है, ज़रूरत का लेवल क्या है, उसकी डिमांड क्या है, और वो क्या चाहता है, और उसको मार्केट के अंदर किस तरह जो शरिया नॉन कंप्लाइंट वे के अंदर प्रोडक्ट फराहम की जाती है उसके अंदर मसाइल क्या हैं, ये सारे की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन इस स्टेप पर उसे फाइनेंशियल इंजीनियर को ज़रूरत पड़ेगी. So that is why there should be investigation and research to the ultimate client, that what he needs and what are the problem he is facing. So this is the second step. The third step is designing of the product, which is which we say that this is the just a rough sketch stage. So keep the problem extracted in mind and sketch the product to resolve them irrespective of the principles. Just sketch, like just sketch that how he will uh, finance the customer, and what is the way to fulfill the need of the customer. This is customer, and this is the delivery of the commodity, this is the purchaser, this is the third party, and how he will how the bank will give him through salam contract, and what will be the how the Islamic bank will get that commodity, etc. So these are the just rough sketch. Make a rough sketch. ये नहीं देखना कि शरिया के उसूल इस बारे पे क्या कहते हैं, पहले उसको बुनियादी तौर पर आपने करना यह है कि एक रफ स्केच बनाना है. अब पहले एक डिजाइन तरतीब दे लें. आप कह सकते हैं कि प्लान ए है, प्लान बी है, प्लान सी है. भाई मैंने पहले ये एक रफ स्केच ए बनाया, फिर रफ स्केच बी है, फिर रफ स्केच सी है. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली रफ स्केच स्टेज वेयर इस्लामिक फाइनेंशियल इंजीनियर जस्ट ड्रॉ व्हाट comes in his mind. At this stage, the product mapping, the designing, and the engineering involves some binding juristic principles of permissions and prohibitions. At the next level of the designing, that Islamic financial engineer has designed the product. Islamic financial engineer has designed the product. Now, the next level of rough sketch stage is that he has to apply. He has to apply some the juristic principles in this at this step, because when he will sketch, actually what he will do, he will combine different contracts like salam, ijara, murabaha, musharaka, etc. He will combine the contracts, and the combination of contract is a separate important topic in Islamic banking and finance, and IOFI Sharia standard has also prepared a separate Sharia standard on this, and it is known as combination of contract. And I have also discussed this Sharia standard on my the YouTube channel Islamic Economics, and you will find that there are in two parts. I have explained IOFI Sharia standard number 25, combination of contracts, and also in the main understanding, juristic understanding of the terminologies used in that is used in combination of contracts. These are the safaqa, ittihadu safqa, bayatayn fi bay'a, safqatayn fi safqa. I have also tried to explain in with different series of clips that will be very important for students if they watch, and they will get a true idea of combination of contract. तो ये मैंने YouTube चैनल पर दे दिए हैं और ये स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बहुत मुफीद होंगे. तो ये जो थर्ड स्टेज है, it is very important in this regard. Okay. The next level of designing of product is that application of principles on sketch, what that has been made and drawn on a page, and that is known as compliance stage. We call it compliance stage. Here, that design will be shared with the three departments, you can say. Number one is risk management, number two, regulation, and number three, Sharia principles. That is usually in Islamic banks. That is the a department, Sharia compliance department, SCD. So the risk management department will analyze that design of the product with respect to risks, potential risk, like business risk, market risk, credit risk, etc. They will, and Sharia non-compliance risk, that is additional risk in Islamic banking. And the regulation department will apply the regulation that how this commodity can be made compliant to the regulations, and the SCD department will apply Sharia principles that they will check whether there is any violation of Sharia principles or not. They will just confirm it. तो ये तीन डिपार्टमेंट को वो डिजाइन भेजा जाएगा, एक रिस्क मैनेजमेंट को, रेगुलेशन को और एससीडी को. शरिया कंप्लायंस को देखने के लिए एससीडी देखेगा, शरिया कंप्लायंस डिपार्टमेंट, और रिस्क मैनेजमेंट को रिस्क मैनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंट देखेगा. Number fourth stage is evaluation of product. This is number one, that SCD, Sharia Compliance Department, they will check, they will evaluate the product form and substance way. الإبرة في العقود للمقاصد والمعاني لا للألفاظ والمباني. That in contracts, effect is given to objectives and meaning, not to words and phrases. So this is main thing that the SCD scholar, when they analyze the product and design of the product, they will analyze in the light of this principle, that what is the form of the product and what is the substance, and they will also analyze that what are the consequences and the results of that impact of the product on the people. तो वो ज़रूर इस प्रोडक्ट की असरात को भी देखते हैं और ये भी देखते हैं कि इसके अंदर अल्फाज का इस्तेमाल क्या है और इस प्रोडक्ट के जब वो एक्चुअली ये वर्क कैसे करेगी, और इसके नताइज के ऊपर भी नज़र रखी जाती है कि कहीं वो शरिया रूल्स के अगेंस्ट तो नहीं है. So the next level of product evaluation is because the management department, it is also sent the risk management department. After designing and engineering the product, the next stage is mapping of the product through risk and Sharia non-compliance risk. So mapping of Islamic banking product through risk and Sharia non-compliant risk is a very important part and very important stage, because this stage decides that whether product will be successful or not successful, because if there is any negligence is here, then it may cause a huge loss to इस्लामिक बैंक आर द फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन. क्योंकि अगर रिस्क मैनेजमेंट टीम से यहाँ पर कोताही हो गई और उन्होंने रिस्क को परसीव न कर सके, और तो फिर वो इस्लामिक फाइनेंस के लिए बहुत बड़ा नुकसान दे सकता है. लेट्स सी दैट हाउ रिस्क मैनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंट मैप द प्रोडक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रिस्क. Look at here, let's say this is the Murabah product, and how they will map that what are the risks here. For example, they say that the customer refused to purchase goods after taking possession as agent. And at the first stage of MPO Muraba to purchase orderer, which says that the first stage is a promise stage. Why that promise is taken? Why that first stage? That was suggested by the risk management team, because it was possible that customer who is asking Islamic Bank that buy a car and then I will buy it from you. So here Islamic Bank was a big risk that if it purchases the car and after that client may refuse, then there will be there will be a loss to Islamic Bank. So that is why they called it that here to mitigate that risk we will ask him to submit a promise and also a security deposit known as hamish jizya. So this is the actually uh, uh, um, risk which is in a murabaha. So this is the way that management team will evaluate product and they will highlight the risk. Look at here, there are other risk, and this is the risk mitigating tool. And so in this way, the risk management will evaluate the product and they will highlight the risk and they will also suggest risk mitigating tools that will be later incorporated into the product. Now look at here risk mapping in istisna, quality risk, because in istisna when there is a order submitted by bank to the manufacturer, so it is quite possible that the manufacturer provide a low quality of the good. So then it will be cost for Islamic Bank. So how to uh, mitigate and control this risk? So it is also risk mapping in istisna, the quality risk, and so in this way the risk mapping will work. And the fifth stage is that the department, Sharia compliant department said okay, then the regulation department reported okay, and risk management reported okay. Reported okay mean that they have analyzed the product and they suggested some suggestions, and after incorporation of those suggestions, the product has been finalized. Now the product will be launched and the market, and there will be a marketing, and it will market its product to the ultimate purchaser. So these are the 5 steps through which the complete product mapping work, and in this way Islamic financial engineers worked before the finally offering the products to the clients. Thank you for watching, and hope you liked it, and not to forget to subscribe the Islamic economics channel. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.